All right, all right. Thank you very much. So, I'll be talking on developing a writing routine and discipline. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma.
Yes, ma.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes, ma.
Okay. So, one of the things we'll be talking about under this topic is overcoming writer's block and self doubt. So, as writers, especially as young writers, it is normal to experience writer's block, especially self doubt. You get. So, before I go into how to overcome writer's block and self doubt, we'll be talking about what is writer's block and self doubt. So, self doubt, I'll start from self doubt because I have a rhythm. I want to flow. I want it to flow. So, self doubt is the lack of confidence in oneself and one's ability. In this, using this scenario, self doubt is when you doubt your write up, when you doubt your writing. I'll use this scenario, I'll use this example. Imagine you are somebody that writes, the sun rays filters through the curtains, casting a shadow in the room and alerting Miriam it was morning
Yeah.
already. And then you see somebody that does extreme. I don't know if you read novels like John Grisham and all those big authors. So you see somebody that does extreme, and then you look at your write up, and then you look at another person's write up. You start comparing it. You say, "Oh, I'm not really a writer. I don't write because I don't write like John Grisham. My writing is not good. Nobody reads it." You get, that is self doubt when you start doubting your confidence and your ability in your write up. So since we've talked about self doubt, what is writer's block? Writer's block is the condition of being unable to think of what to write or how to proceed with writing. Sorry, please tell me if I'm going a little bit fast because I have just 30 minutes and I have to round up by 25 minutes and 5 minutes for questioning. Am I going too fast?
Yes,
The
ma.
speed is okay for me.
No,
I
ma.
didn't get you.
The speed is okay. The speed is okay.
It's okay, ma.
Okay. As I was saying, writer's block is the condition of being unable to think of what to write or how to proceed with writing. When I'm speaking with writers and they tell me they're experiencing writer's block, I like to tell them that the only way you can experience, one of the ways you can experience writer's block, apart from when you are depressed, when you are ill, and all of those stuff, one of the ways you can experience is through self doubt. Do you understand? When you start doubting yourself, you start finding it hard to write. You understand me? There was a point in my life, although I think I still do. There are sometimes when I do, when I read other people's work. So there are sometimes uh when you doubt your work. There was a point in my life where I doubted my work and I could not write for straight 3 months because I felt like I felt like I was not close to being a writer like everybody was. You understand what I'm saying? Mm. So, like I said, writer's block can be caused by self doubt, but it can also be caused by other things. Hello,
Yes, ma.
Yes,
Ma.
ma.
Yes, ma.
Yes,
sorry,
you can.
my network is going off and on. So forgive me if I keep asking if if you can hear me because the network in my school is not that good. It's so bad. So one of the things that can cause writer's block is lack of inspiration, illness, depression, fail, financial pressure, and a sense of failure.
Mm.
So after explaining what self-doubt and writer's block means, we'll go into how to overcome self-doubt and how to overcome writer's block. One of the ways to overcome self-doubt is to stop comparing your work. Comparison makes you doubt your work, especially as a young writer. You are not supposed to compare your work. John Grisham did not start today to write. Not only John Grisham, maybe your friend that writes so well. Maybe she didn't start today to write. Maybe she started 10 years ago, and then you are just starting like 2 years ago, and then you want to start writing like John Grisham. It's not possible. When you start comparing your work with other works, with other writers' work, it leads to self-doubt. It can destroy your whole writing life. I know it because I'm talking from experience. It has happened to me before, and I almost gave up. Then the second way to overcome self-doubt is to find your own unique style and stick to it. When I write, if you know me, I write on Substack and on LinkedIn. But I like to use my Substack as an example. I write from my heart. People write horror stories, people write thrillers, people write romance. I only do romance on my WhatsApp, but I don't write on WhatsApp anymore. That was then. I write on Substack mainly. I write vulnerable stuff. I write from my heart. I write my emotions, my feelings. That's how I write. That's my style of writing. All of my Substack publications, that's how they look. I write with my emotions. I don't do too much like everybody does. I have my own style of writing, and I stick to it. So as a writer, you first of all find what you love writing about, your passion, your style, and then you stick to it. You cannot be somebody else. You are you. You cannot be them. Then the third way of overcoming self-doubt is to keep writing. Keep writing, even when you doubt your work. Sorry, can I still be heard?
Yes, ma.
Okay, I hope I'm making sense.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
Okay.
Yes,
So I
ma.
was saying that the third way of overcoming self-doubt is to keep writing. Whether you feel like your work is valuable or your work is not valuable, I'm telling you the truth that there's somebody that needs your work. I didn't know that people read my work until somebody walked up to me and said, "Oh, Miriam, your write-ups are beautiful. I've learned a lot from your write-up." You get, but for a long time since I started writing, I've been doubting my work. So you don't know who needs your work out there. You don't know who needs your work out there. So keep writing, even when you doubt yourself. The more you keep writing, the more, that's how self-doubt goes away. It will not go away at a blow. It is when you keep writing, you keep producing content. Let's just say producing content. You keep writing. Then the fourth way of overcoming self-doubt is to keep learning. The world is evolving every day. New things come, old things pass away. Imagine if the world is dancing go 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 go. How many people know go 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 go?
Yes, ma, we know.
The world is revolving around go 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 go, but you are writing about Azonto. I don't know if you get my point. The world is evolving, so you evolve with the world. When you don't evolve with the world, you become a stagnant writer. People do not like to read. People don't like to read things that are not trending. So you learn. You learn, you unlearn, you relearn. Then how to overcome writer's block. When I had that terrible writer's block for like 3 months, I bought a book from my mentor, and it is from this book that I took out these 3 points. Although there are like many other points, I just took out 3 because there are like 9 of them in my mentor's book. One of it is to take a break. There's this artist that said, body no be firewood. So when your body cannot go again, please take a break. You will not kill yourself. I didn't say take a break and then give up. You can take a break and keep finding your passion. Take a break and keep doing research. You understand? And then the second one is to change your environment. I'll still use myself as an example. When I had a writer's block for like 3 months, I was staying inside my parents' house. I'm not somebody that goes out. I just stay inside the house And that was the reason why I could not write anything for 3 months, because I didn't change my environment. I just stayed in one place. Then when school resumed, as I was coming back to school, inside the bus, I saw the trees, I saw the cars that were passing, and that gave me an idea of what to write about. So when you experience writer's block, take a break, walk around, change your environment. Then the third one is to try free writing. What do I mean by free writing? When I say free writing, it is a useful technique for writers. It is when you write from your emotions, not minding the grammar or the rules of writing. You just write freely from your emotions. Can I still be heard?
Yes, ma.
Yes, ma.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I was saying that free writing is when you write from your emotions mainly. When you write and you don't care about the grammar. When I talk about free writing, I used to tell people that when you are writing, you don't edit, especially if you are going through writer's block. Don't edit your work if you are going through writer's block and you want to practice free writing, because the moment you go back to edit the first line of your write-up, the idea goes out. The idea goes out and you don't know what to write again. You become stuck in one place. So when you are trying to get over writer's block, you do free writing. Don't edit your work. You can edit your work after you've written it. Do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
So the next thing we'll be talking about is finding inspirations and sparking ideas. One of it is listening to music. Listening to music. I listen to Lucky Dube a lot. If you know that Lucky Dube sings sense. His songs makes meaning to me. Like one song that he sang where he said that if you know you cannot provide for a child, if you know you can't provide for a child, you don't bring that child into the world. So listening to music helps you find inspirations and ideas. The second one is reading. You read books. As a writer, you cannot say I'm just a writer, I don't read. As a writer, you must read. Writing goes hand in hand with reading. If you don't read, you cannot write. So you read everything. You read newspapers, you read magazines, you read old books, especially old books. Old books. You read new books. You read everything. You read works of even your new writers who are upcoming with you. Because when you read wide, you can write anything. You find inspiration from reading. Then free writing. I've already talked about what free writing is. When you write about your emotions, when you write about your feelings, when you write without caring about grammar issues or about the rules of writing, it helps you find inspiration. Even when you don't go out, you can wake up and then start writing about your day. That's free writing. The fourth one is writing prompts. Like when I say write about your most memorable beach vacation, that's a writing prompt. I've given you what to write on. So you just develop your content according to what I have given you. It helps you find inspiration because it tailors your writing to one particular point where you're writing about a beach vacation. You get, and then watching movies also help. Your own life. I love talking about this particular point. The number 6 point, your own life. I hope you are. Yeah, sorry, I didn't ask you since. Please, I hope you are seeing my screen. I'm not moving too fast.
Yes, ma. We can see.
Okay. So the sixth one is writing about your own life. If you check my Substack handle, I write a lot about my life. I don't think I write any other thing on Substack apart from my life. I go to school, I'm a law student. I journal about how law life has been for me. I live in the hostel. I write about how hostel life has been for me. So basically, Your life is already an inspiration to you as a writer. The last one is find what excites your creativity. What do I mean by this? I'm a very weird person. When the rain is falling, the smell of that rain gives me inspiration, and I just start writing. Your own can be a cup of coffee. Your own can be a plate of rice and stew. It can be anything. Just find what excites what makes you happy as a writer. I don't know how to explain it more than that. When I sit down and it's raining, it makes me happy, and I just start writing about a lot of things. So find what excites your creativity, whatever it is. It will give you inspiration and ideas to write. Uh, we'll be talking about building a supportive writing community. Building a supportive writing community. So when I was creating this topic, I asked myself, why should I build a supportive writing community? Why do I, as a writer, need a supportive writing community? Can't I just do it on my own? But no, especially as a new writer, you cannot do it on your own. You need a community of people. Why do you need this community of people? It is because, one, you need support to grow. I would not have been in this stage of my life. I'm not saying that I've reached the peak, but I'm not where I was. I'm not where I was when I started. It is through the support of people. Praise will be one of. I love talking about praise when I'm talking about support. Praise will speak in this event. You'll meet her. Praise is one of my support. I've not built a writing community yet, but Praise has always been my support since day one. Without support, I would not grow to this stage. So a writing community gives you the support you need to continue and thrive as a writer and to grow. You need validation, although you should not depend on it that much. External validation, but don't depend on it that much. When people see your write-up, you send your write-up to people and they say, oh, it's beautiful. It makes you feel happy, right? It makes you feel like, oh, your write-up is making sense. You're not writing blunders. So your writing community gives you that. It gives you external validation. It makes you feel happy. It makes you feel seen by people. The next one is positive assurances and blunt reviews. There's a time in my life where positive assurances, if I don't have it, I'll not write. So when I write, I send my write-up to Praise, and she tells me bluntly how that stuff is. If it's not good, she tells me, Miriam, is not good. Go and write it again. If it is beautiful, she tells me, okay, it is fine. You get, Miriam, keep writing. Miriam, keep writing. Keep writing. Your write-ups are beautiful. That's positive assurances. And then blunt reviews. She tells me, it's not good. Go and write it again. It's not condemning my work. If you are not open to criticism as a writer, you will not grow. You will not grow. You must be ready for people to criticize your work so that you can do better. Even experienced writers do it. You get. So I've already mentioned that even as a new writer or an experienced writer, you need a writing community. This writers crew, the people that organize this event, is already a supportive writing community for you. You join it, you can share your work, you can get those positive assurances, those blunt reviews. So it's already a writing community for you. How do you build a supportive writing community? You understand the process first. How did people get to building this community? What did they do? Where did they start from? You get, who were the people they talked to? That's the process you have to understand if you want to build a writing community. If you don't want to attach yourself to an already established writing community, because I said here in number 3, if you can see my slide, I said you can also attach yourself to an existing group of growing writers, like this writers crew. There's already an existing group of growing writers. But if you want to build one for yourself, like I'm aiming to, you understand the process. You don't just wake up one day and build a writing community. It does not work that way. You have to know what people did to get to that point. and then you watch and learn how others do it. It's already part of understanding the process. It's already part of understanding the process. On Substack, I want to build my writing community on Substack. If you know the app, I've not built it yet because I'm still observing what people are doing. I'm still observing what somebody that's already been there, somebody that's built a large writing community, what the person has done. I ask questions. I go to the person and I'm like, I want to build my own writing community. What did you do to get to this stage? What steps did you follow? That is understanding the process. Watch and learn is as simple as I've already said. You watch and you learn from others. You ask questions. Managing time and priorities for writing success. I think that is the last topic. Managing time and priorities for writing success. I hope you can see my screen, and I'm sorry that I'm moving too fast. One of the ways to manage time and priorities, you are a writer, you are also a human being. I am a writer, I am a